How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Investing with Zeke. So, yeah, I've been thinking, right? I've been looking at things to buy. The market has been going crazy, and there really hasn't been nothing for a really good deal. Even my Solar Edge has taken off like 30%. So, when companies start running like that, I got to look at other companies. And regardless of my political beliefs or my thoughts or my feelings or anything like that, that's not how investing goes. And when I first started investing, I used to think that way. Like, I have to worry about feelings. And what feelings get you is feelings get you broke, right? So when you see a good deal, I've learned to jump on it. Companies that I've missed. Amazon, which I've talked about being one of the best companies, but overvalued. Google, my opinion, overvalued. Even Nvidia, I was looking at, and I could never get there with the valuation. And there was times when I could have got there, but I was doing something else. I was either buying something else, and I just let it slip by. Well, actually now, since everything is run crazy, I found a company. And I mean, yes, I've been buying JD, but JD's up 30% from when I started buying it. And there's still a company that's laying low in the depths, right? And that's Alibaba. Now, I've been doing a little bit of research on Alibaba. I've been talking to people who've went to China. I know quite a few that have been to China. You want to know what they say? All of them. You want to know what they say? Take a guess. They say it's amazing. They say it's safe. They say there's tons of tech. All you got to do is download an app. You download an app and you can actually do everything from that app. Whether it's buy things, rent cars, go out to movies, anything you need, you can just do from an app. It's actually kind of crazy. He said it was some of them say it was the easiest trip they've ever taken. And they didn't even need to speak Chinese because it's all done really with technology. So then you get to thinking even more. Let's keep thinking, right? So do you really think we're this selfish to think that the United States is going to have the top 10 tech companies in the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years? That would be crazy, and that would be insane to think, because you still got to think logically, right? So let's think a little more. Let's say we don't work with China. You know the kind of technology we have today? Like, look at, the Ukraine and Russia situation. Like, with technology, you can take like 20 guys and you can do some, pretty serious damage. I'm, of course, exaggerating, but imagine what the technology is going to be like in 20 or 30 years. And imagine if we don't get along. Easily a terrorist group could probably take us out, right? With the technology we have developed by then. The only way we're going to be able to stop this is if we all work together. Now, if we don't work together, we're in serious trouble. If we do work together, however, that's how we're going to evolve as a society and actually as mankind. That's how I believe. I think if we all work together, there's nothing that could really stop us. Imagine having Jack Ma and Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg are all in the lab together, cooking up stuff, coming up with ideas, coming up with new tech, coming up how to travel the galaxy. Like, that's what we're going to become as a people, in my opinion, and I think we will see it in my lifetime. So is it crazy to invest into foreign companies? Not really. Not really. It's not. So I may have been wrong on that. And the crazy part of this is at this company, actually, fun fact, Alibaba actually runs this app that you use to pretty much control your whole life. Alibaba's the one who runs this app. Alibaba also runs an Amazon store. You can get a bunch of stuff for cheap pricing. It's a pretty well-designed app. I've seen better. Amazon's done better. But they're going to get there, right? And I think Alibaba has a good shot of it. Now, the reasons why I like Alibaba. So Alibaba's like going into a thrift store. And like, you see a pair of Jordans over there and they're like dirty and stuff, but you don't want to try them on because there's probably bugs and fleas in them, right? But they're only like $2. So you buy them, you take them home, you clean them up, you find out they're like part of your wardrobe. Not that that's happened to me, but you know what? I don't have a problem with thrift stores. But why do I like Alibaba? So we're sitting at a $174 billion market cap. To start off, this should probably be valued at about $1 trillion market cap. It's just as a powerhouse as Amazon is. It's just, in the bin store bucket. It's at the dollar store right now. And this is the kind of companies that I actually like. I like the fact that it's a Chinese company because it gives me a little bit of diversity. I like that it actually has a dividend, and I like that it has the potential to be a big tech company if you just sit on it and let it grow. And if things get really bad, the stock market isn't going to matter anymore. If we start fighting and they start pulling their stocks off of our stock exchange and go to Hong Kong, yes, I'll have to sell, and yes, I'll have to take a loss. That's why you shouldn't put a ton of money into a company like Alibaba, but I do believe having a piece of Alibaba is going to be crazy, especially when you're getting it at $174 billion market cap. Why is that cheap? Well, they made $126 billion last year, so you're getting it for practically book value. Not only that, you're getting it for actually lower than IPO pricing. I mean, you could literally buy this stock all the way up to about $88 and you're still getting it for a cheap price. I got how much I want into it already. I'm trying to kind of develop a long-term portfolio, JD along with Alibaba. I also have another company that I'm going to be getting that has a dividend. And I don't usually like getting dividend stocks, but when they're this cheap, not only will it grow, not only will the value of it grow, your dividend will grow. It's a win-win situation. Let's hear on what the professionals think on the relationship that Alibaba has with China and whether they think it's a buy or not. Let's hear what they have to say. I think I'm going to have to restart it, actually.
Interconnected, so do the risks we face.
Let's replay it. Sorry about that.
2.5 billion valuation?
2.5 billion, potentially a little more, yes. It's a big deal. We're only into early March, and we've already seen a couple big deals from Alibaba. I guess it's both surprising and unsurprising. Alibaba's new chieftains, as it were, Zhou Cai and Eddie Wu, are veteran deal makers. So in a way, we should have expected at least a wave of transactions as they try and spur growth at a company that was once one of China's most prolific tech investors. It's surprising in the sense that a lot of the chatter in the market has been how to turn around, for instance, the cloud business, which has been the subject of some controversy. And these AI bets don't seem to have, at least for now, as far as we can tell, kind of a unified purpose to them. I believe the market views this as essentially hedging their bets, betting on the potential future AI leaders without knowing which one is likely to be.
We're flashing some lines that came out with this opinion piece from Eddie Wu that took the helm from Daniel Zhang and now is chief of the company with Zhou Cai, and really talking about the cusp of a new revolution when it comes to AI. This was published on the Internet Overseer of China, which is quite rare. It seems like it's quite a big endorsement for a CEO.
I think so. I think they rarely. This one got prominent placement on the WeChat account. We're talking about the CAC, the Cyberspace Administration of China, which at one point was one of the stricter regulators during the tech crackdown years. And certainly Alibaba, along with Didi and other firms, were a target. So placing Eddie Wu on their website is perhaps a signal that they, at least for now, endorse what Alibaba seems to be doing, which is investing in one of Xi Jinping's key initiatives, AI and cutting-edge scientific innovation.
What I was about to say, this seems to be a broader priority from Beijing anyway, and at least a regulatory tailwind for Baba and maybe others that might soon come out with their own bets is really behind this theme, isn't it?
It could be. Chinese tech companies, not just Alibaba, have over the past 2 years learned their lesson. I think they take their cues very much from the central government now. AI in general is both a good commercial and political opportunity because it's potentially transformative. It's
right,
a chance
you
to
can
get in
spy
on the
on
ground
people,
floor
China.
and perhaps make something out of it and match the
You
U.S.
need Jack Ma. That's what I'm saying, guys. Like they're gonna need Jack Ma in order to continue to grow. They don't just fall off of trees. Now, some bad news, I guess, a little bit. Charlie Munger's fund, they're selling off Alibaba hand over fist. But really, I mean, Charlie Munger passed away. So, I mean, he still owns some, so who cares? I mean, and long story short, China has the tech. They even have autonomous driving. Yeah, it's done in a loop, but, who cares? And done with buses or, there's cars. I mean, Elon said himself that China was a problem. I mean, when it comes to tech and when it comes to, EV cars, like he understands that China has, some real staying power when it comes to technology. I mean, that's why I'm picking Alibaba. It does have everything that I'm looking for. It's just, it's not a company I can put a whole bunch of money into because of the whole communist thing, and you don't know. By the way, Jack Ma's back. Yes, he ended up missing. So, all right. Jack Ma, the CEO, came up missing, and that's why the stock fell in half. All right. He said some things that the Chinese government didn't like, but now he's back, and he's buying the company like crazy. He himself is buying shares back. Is he forced to do it because of China? Probably. But who's that? Who am I to say anything? Who am I to care? All I know is insiders are buying this like crazy, cheap valuation. You get a dividend. It's going in my portfolio, and I'm just going to have to sit on it and forget about it because I don't know how long China's going to be hated. But I do think things will change eventually. I really do. But anyway, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.